Right, sports fans, I'm coming to you from the future. Or is it the past? Anyway, this is after the... It's the future, this is the future. For you, it's the past for me. Anyway, I'm riding the bike, look. And we've just set her up tubeless, as you'll see. Now, this is the first time of riding tubeless since the first time I rode tubeless was a disaster, and I writ it off after that, and I'm just returning. So, have a watch my video, see what you think. I'm gonna set up, well, the back was already set up, so the front, I'm gonna show you how to set them up tubeless, and I'm riding it. And, well, have a look. There's still air in the tyres, so maybe this shit does work. So, future, let's go back in time. All that mad shit, what to do. And I'll see you back in my yard for a tubeless tutorial. All right. Right, sports fans, in today's video, we're gonna, we're gonna take the gravel bike into the modern age with the old tubeless setup. Now, I've already done the rear wheel, which is losing air, but I haven't rode it yet, so I'm hoping that'll seal it. We're gonna use this Juice Lube, apparently that's what they call it. Don't worry, I've got another packet. To go tubeless on the front wheel. So, prepare for a fucking headache. Here we go. I'll show you what I've got on my table of many things coming up next. Right, so, sports fans, things you're gonna need. Well, you're gonna need a pump, that's for sure. Tyre levers, because these suckers are gonna lever off the tyre. Now, you're gonna need a valve. These are expensive, be warned. You're gonna need some more Juicy Lube. So I've got a little bit of it. That's enough to do a tyre. Well, probably two. But anyway, then you're going to need some tape. Now, use this Gorilla Tape. It's better than the shite they sell you in the shops. And, you're going to need some other things. So come with me and I'll tell you what they are. Here we go. Well, you're going to need a bike. Well, I've got one of them here. Also, you need tubeless compatible wheels and tyres. So that's another thing you're going to need. Now, if you haven't got any of that stuff, you're fucked already. So you may as well just scroll on by. But if you're looking for a video of how to set up tubeless properly, this is the one. So stay tuned and I will show you how to do it the right way. Here we go. We're gonna get started. So, well, let's get started here. Right, the first thing I'm gonna do is move this chair. So move your chair first. I'll be back. Also, I'll get rid of last night's bottle of wine. So that was in the back of shop. I only drank one. Right, we're gonna start off by removing the front wheel, actually. The front wheel. Now, it's quick release, so if you can't do that, you're thick. I'll see you back at the table of many things in a minute once I've removed the wheel. If you've got proper brakes, you'll have to undo that bit there. All right, the wheel, sports fans. We'll get rid of that. We don't need that right now. Also, if you've not seen one of these, I'll explain. Get rid of that too. We'll move all this shite. Anyway, we go. So, what we're gonna do is let it down. Now, it's got a valve. Just let it down. You can help it on its way if you want, but you gotta let it down. And then we'll move on to the next step. I'll let it down. Now, once you've let it down, just centre all that right in the middle of the rim. Push it all in. That makes the tyre easier to get off, you see. Get all that in there, and then what we're going to do, I'm going to take a tyre lever, yeah? Wham it in the side of there, and just lever it off, basically. Now, these are quite slack, so we'll probably be able to just do it like that. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, so we'll need two. But we're going to, same sort of thing. Lever it off, like so. And once you've got so much off, whap your hand in there, like that. And then you can pull out, and this bastard does not want to come out. Anyway, you can pull out your tube, like so. Right? Tube out. It will be in a minute anyway. Right, there you are. So this, for you Gen Z, millennials, what the fuck you call yourselves, this is an inner tube. Now, you won't have seen one of these before. And no matter what, the air stinks like fish that comes out of them. Anyway, we'll save that because we're going to set up tubeless and then carry this anyway because we're fucking... It's pointless. Anyway, I'm doing it. We're on it. We're doing it. Take the tyre off. Like that. Don't hurt your wrist like I just have. Fuck you know. Anyway, then you're left with... just get rid of that. You're left with a wheel. Now, these are already, I think, tubeless ready, but I'm going to put some tape on them for the purposes of this camera. So, Gorilla Tape. And what I want you to do is tape all the way in there, real nice. All the way in. Right round. All right, I'm gonna time lapse this bit because it takes a little bit to get it right. And that table there's got a perfect hole for the... I'll be back. Right, all taped up. Now, don't let anyone tell you you have to use proper tubeless tape. You don't. This is better and cheaper. So, and you don't have to use Gorilla Tape. Other brands are available. But try and get something close to the width for your rim, otherwise, fucking headache. Anyway, next step, we need to make an hole for the valve. Hang on, I've got an itchy eye. And oil on my fingers, so that's conjunctivitis. We need to make an hole for the valve. Now, I just use a thin Allen key for this, so I'll go get one and I'll come back. Just talk among yourselves for a moment. Right, I'm back. Don't throw that away, because you'll need it. This don't really work. I know they say it's the future, it ain't. So, a little Allen key, and then just make a little hole. You don't want to make it too big, just a little hole. Little the better. I like to just mark it from the bottom so I get the right place. And then, this is like, I don't know, 4mm Allen key or something. Just a little hole. Little, not big. Valves next. Right, these are the valves I got Muc-Off. Now, the only reason I got these is because that's all Alfords have. Fucking 16 quid for 2. It's a rip. Anyway, whip all this stuff off, so you're just left with the valve. You'll have a little O-ring and that. Take it all off. Don't lose it though, because then that'll be kin headache, and I don't mean it. Then, basically, what we're going to do is just put that through the hole. Like that. There. It's through, look. Then, put this on in the right order. Little O-ring, and then this. Now, when you tighten this up, you don't have to go mad. You don't need spanners and stuff like that on it. Just tighten it up hand tight. Quite tight, but, you know, you'll get the idea. Just tighten it up. Give that a little push if you want. And then, aeroplanes. And then give it a tighten. Anyway, put the tyre back on, we'll do that next, time lapse. Right, once you've got your tyre back on, you'll have not put the tube back in, you don't need that anymore. Yeah, I know. Don't seem right, does it? Anyway, the next thing, let me grip it. If you ain't got a compressor or one of them pumps, you're going to need a doohickey. There is other ways around it. Google that, or go on another video, but this is what I'm going to use. Anyway, you pump this sucker up to 120 psi, and then you hit that button. Woof! It inflates the tyre. Now, it takes about 40 attempts, and this shit will give you a hernia trying to pump it up. I'm going to pump it up. Time lapse. Right, once you've given yourself a stroke, pumping that up, on with this. And I don't have a lot of faith in it, because the back end took like 3 attempts. But it's all I've got, so I'll speed a lot of this up because this is hard work. Fiddly is what it is. Right, we're on. We are on. So basically, what we're going to do is press this button, and hopefully it'll seat this sucker. So 3, 2, 1. Now it has actually done it. It didn't make that popping noise, but you know. Anyway, there we go. It's seated it. So what I'm going to do, because it's took the fucking valve core out with it, is pump this back up with a pump just to seat that properly before we go any further. So I'll get back to you. Right, if you're going to get one of these, top tip, 230 psi, pump it to the absolute max. Then it'll work pretty seamlessly. Any less than that and you'll struggle. So it does work, but it's not great. I'll get back to you. Right, the tyre is all seated. Now, here's one I prepared earlier. Take out the valve core. Muc-Off used to be able to do it with a I don't know why they stopped doing that. Anyway, they have. Or these particular ones don't. This stuff, we're going to pour down the valve. Now that end fits over your valve lovely, so this is like mess free. Give it a good shake. Then you can take the lid off. Whap that up in there, and then you can flip it over and squirt your jollop in. Roll it around like that, I don't know. There you go. Get it in, all of it. Fill it right up. I don't really know how much to put in, so I'm gonna put a little bit more in. So, put that back down there. I'll put the lid on, bits and bobs, tidy up, and then we'll put the valve core back in. We'll pump it up. Gotta pump it up. You know what I mean? Right, here we have it then. So, valve core back in there. Now, give that a good tighten, and I'll get the pump. I'll be back. Right, I didn't want to bore you with the pumping it up malarkey, so just give it a good shake about. Get all the sealant into all the nooks and crannies. And then, what you want to do, well, we're going to ride it around a little bit just to make sure it's definitely sealed up. We're going to stay local because the back keeps going down, but hopefully after a ride, it'll stay up. So, spin the wheel. Here comes the sun as well. Right, I'm gonna bosh the bike back together. If you don't know how to put a front wheel on, you're thick. Don't even bother trying this. There you go. That is the best tubeless setup on the internet from yours truly, Cushy Saddle. And it's got one. Brooks B17 with the copper rivets. And, well, I'll do my final thoughts. I'll get sat down on that and I'll do my final thoughts for you all about this and something that happened to me this morning. All right. Hang on, let me sort my chair out. Jesus. Right, as you can probably tell, I'm not a massive fan of tubeless. Anyway, they've got air in them and they've got no tubes. Now the Hutchinsons just get punches all the time. I don't know what they've made them out of. Tin foil maybe. So I've had to go down that route because we rather like the tyres, surprisingly. Anyway, I was out on a different bike this morning, one you've not seen on the channel yet. It's an Eddie Merckx. It's just over there out of shot. Now I'm not going to show you it because I'm going to feature it on the next video. And I got a puncture. Now I just whipped a tube out, whipped a tube in, and it took me 10 minutes. So, anyway, I don't see the point. And that's my final thoughts. Seems really ridiculous to set that up and then carry a tube with you anyway. But there you are. So, we're going to take it for a ride, see if it survives, and I'll see you guys on the next one, because if it gets a puncture while I'm out, I'm liable to oil it. So, ta-ra. Right, sports fans, it's back, present time. And, well, Hutchinson's tyres are the biggest pile of on the planet. Watch this. Can you see that? Sports fans there, that's Sealant. That's what that is. 20-minute ride, complaining all the time about them popping all the time, went tubeless. If I had gone tubeless, I'd have been stranded. And there's the evidence. Hutchinson's, that's an honest review. Don't waste your time with that crap. Anyway, I'll see you.